Hello again. Welcome to another Space Engineers ship build, or ship showcase anyway. It's an airship in this case, a helicarrier, a very big one. It's the DSMV A'Tuin Atmospheric Heavy Carrier. Some of you might recognize the name, and if you did, then congratulations for being a fan of good books. Anyway, A'Tuin, if you don't know, is from Terry Pratchett's series Discworld, and he's the giant turtle that carries the world on his back as he swims through space. So, sort of accurate, sort of not, because it doesn't swim through space. But she's a big old girl. She's, I think, 125,000 PCU, 30 million kilograms or so. It's about 40% heavy. Oh, shut up, lady. About 40% heavy armor, 60% light. The walls, floor, and ceiling of the hangars are heavy armor, so they can take landing and protect the ships inside. Atmospheric only. It has lots of atmospherics. It does fly. If you're very careful, you can land it. It is intended to be plopped down on a lake gently if need be. That's why there's all these tires here, all these turrets in place. That way, if you want to land it, save on fuel, go nice and low in a canyon like this, we're protected. I mean, if you're up in the air, this thing certainly has its fair share of protection. This has no weapon mods or mods of any kind on it. A few of the ships that I have in it right now have mods on them, but we'll get to that. It's going to be kind of a long tour, and it's going to be a little bit confusing probably because it's got two sides to it. They're sort of mirrored. It's also got a lot of stuff on the inside. So, in any case, we'll do a bit of an aerial tour. This is landing pad number 7, the biggest one. It is quite a large landing pad. So you can land whatever on here, pretty much, you know. Over here, under the covers, we have 6 internal, I guess, launching bays. We'll get to those. Over here, we have the main towers. So in there we have habitation, among other things. Mostly habitation. Down at the bottom we have weapons lockers. The mess is on this side and medical's on this side. But other than that, they're mirrored. There's a great big bridge for lots of people to command all kinds of things. Communication arrays, some laser antennas from when we parked. Now when I park this thing, because it's big and it's kind of hard to tell if you're perfectly level in all directions, it may tend to drift or use up a lot of power if you're just hovering. So I convert it to a station when I'm parked. If you're going to have a battle or have somebody have this in a server where you're going to have a battle, I would recommend that you don't allow convert to station for battles. Because then that way, obviously, you can't shoot it out of the sky if it's a station, because it won't move. But, for non-combat, sure, leave it parked. It's probably a good idea anyway. That way it won't rotate or shift, because it's got a lot of subgrades in here. So, anywho, at the very rear we have the landing pad number 8. It's a medium-sized landing pad. Got some assault guns and artillery guns on both sides for some rear protection. At the front, on either side, we have a assault cannon, 2 assault cannons, artillery gun, and some gatlings. This isn't meant to be frontline fighting. It's meant to be in the rear, dispensing the gear. Down here we got a couple more artillery turrets, just to cover the mouth of the hangar if need be. Alright, let's go inside this thing. We'll start on this side just because I want to. Doesn't really matter. In here, we have a big ready room. So everybody in here can get their crap, get their guns, get their suits on, get ready to go, and either run out to any ships that might be up above deck on here, unless they've raced up to the elevators. Or would have come from inside. Alright, so this is kind of the rear of the starboard sponson, spar, tower, well, I don't know. It's the corridor. And here we have the mess hall. The basic mess hall, you know. Nothing fancy, just a place to sit and chow down. Alright. And on this side, we have access to outdoors. You can walk around, you can go outside to the other, the other part of the ship. You can see the mess. Come around back. Oh, that's an OSHA violation right there. I should do something about that. I think there used to be a corner piece, or I forgot to put a corner piece. There's probably one on the other side. So yeah, you might want to fix that, or somebody's going to hurt themselves. Out here if you need to get out and fix the engine nacelles or anything you can. Nothing fancy. This is an atmospheric vessel, so you're not going to see any red doors. Orange doors mean either work areas or something that would go outside. Here, this just leads back out here, so you can get to this landing platform without any excess. Shut up, lady. Without any excess stumbling about. We'll go up first. Up here, white generally means you're going to be heading into the residential area. That's living quarters. But this way, it's just a small emergency landing pad, in case you need to evac somebody or take somebody in. Over this way. Oh, not go that way then. Over here, we have like junior officer quarter. Nothing crazy, but it's private. You know what's in here. Down here, orange door. It's another observation platform. Maybe after you have a look around, grab a smoke if you want to smoke, whatever. Alright, and then this way we have kind of middle rank officers' quarters. Pretty nice. You got a view, got TV. You still got to go to the mess to eat your food, but hey, whatever. At least you got your own room, and it's pretty big. Same thing here. Not quite mirrored, but same general layout. Just another middle rank. Up here, we have suit storage, weapon locker. Another middle rank officer. He's got his own little bedroom. Slightly higher rank, right? He ain't running the ship, but he's one step down. He's got his own kitchen, see, so he's slightly higher rank. He can sit here and have his own private. Maybe have a nice girl over or whatever. Girl, guy, somewhere in between, doesn't matter. You might have somebody nice over. Wants some privacy. Orange corridor, of course. Quick door access. Another observation platform. Lovely view of the sun going down over the mountains. That's good around here. You can spy in the captain of the ship if you want, but mostly it's just observation. Damage assessment, repairs. Just a nice view, whatever. And if need be, the captain can cross over to the other side of the ship. It's a shortcut. So you don't have to go all the way downstairs. And here, senior officer quarters. So there's two of these. There's the same, both on either side, the same thing. But best view in the house, nice windows, lovely place to eat, place to chill. Place to eat or cook your food, and private bathroom, bedroom. No TV, but senior officers are too busy. Up here, this leads to the bridge. Very large bridge. As per usual, messed up textures on the TVs. What can you do? Here, plenty of visibility for looking around. Tucked under here, we have a control for these. We'll raise them up after you see everything tucked away inside. Come back up and do one of those magical edit things. You don't have to watch me walk back through something you've already seen. So yeah, the rest of the bridge, we got, work tables, got a catwalk system in the back, so you can look out the window, turret control. Tucked in there is the turret control. Tucked in there is the turret control. There's another one in there. And this just leads down the other side. Before we go there, of course, somewhere to poop. Can't have officers walking all the way downstairs to poop. That just ain't how it works. In here, officers' mess. You know, they don't have to eat with the enlisted men, and they don't have to go downstairs and be far from the command stations if they need be. Much as they are pampered officers, they do have work to do. And we'll go back down the other side, down into the bowels. Everything here is the same. Another senior quarters. I won't bore you with the details. It's all the same. It's all the same. More, you know, middle rank officers, junior officers. And down on this side, on the port side, it's just like the other side for the most part. You know, ready room that leads outside. But on this side is medical. So down this hall over to the bathroom, brain scanner, some cryopods, bed, medical station, desk. So, yeah, basic medical station, nothing fancy.
Critical.
And exterior access to catwalks again. And down here, if we go this way, we have enlisted quarters. So this is kind of the lounge, I guess. You'll watch TV. It's a bit awkward because, you know, showers are right there. And the crappers are right there, but hey, what can you do? In here, some sleeping quarters, storage, you know. These are, you know, guys that go out and fly the planes. There's 8 landing pads. There's 8, you know, communal beds, I guess, for pilots. There's one of these rooms on the other side as well. It's the same thing, exactly the same. All right, we're going down one, right? So in here, we'll peek into one of the kind of maintenance / storage rooms. There's not much to see out this side. All right, down again. Orange leads, of course, to more kind of utility areas. We'll get to that. And black leads to engineering areas. In here, this just leads out here. So, you know, if you want to get to the rear kind of landing access, get into the central hangar. Because as you can see, we have vehicles tucked away in the side bays. And these extend out and lift up and go out the top. But you can also have vehicles stored in here just ready to go. There's no connectors or anything. So, you know, this is where they're fueled up and ready to go. This is where they go up here if they want to fuel up or get maintained or whatever. Go up that way there. You can up these, so if somebody that's parked here wants to go out without having to fly past a bunch of ships, then they can do so. These doors close. I just figured I'd save everybody the noise and having to listen to them. Just I mean, since this isn't in France, right? This is the rear of the ship. Up in there, that's the living quarters for enlisted and pilots or whatever, but that's the same thing on that side. So I was just in there. And we're underneath the rear landing pad. Just go to the back of the ship. You know, again, another space that something can come in temporarily, or people can come in for a landing whenever it's done if the whole squad's out. And we'll take a walk through the central hangar now, save us having to come back through afterwards. Central hangar. Most of the ships in here are variations of the DSMV Icarus. And there's versions 1 through 5, I think, maybe even 6. We'll go into more detail about them when we get to the top side. See better. Oh, there we got the DSMV Bulldog. I've already done a build on that, build video on that. It's on the tail end of one of my videos. That's a troop transport. All kinds of space. These are the same version. These are the, I'll get to that. Here's some more Icarus. Icari or Icaruses? I don't know. There's lots. There's a bunch. And here's the front. Again. Let's see, we got some artillery cannons. Can't remember why that's there. I guess if you wanted to put, a connector there, you could. There's some retro thrusters. Watch your step. Don't get fascinated by the ceiling and fall out through space, I guess. Near either side, doesn't matter, same thing. But just an observation catwalk. Get up out of the way, have a look at things. Going okay. Run down the sides, and hop out and fix some stuff. You know, sort of protected. You know, you can tuck under here if somebody's coming in for a strafing run and avoid some bullets. Alright, and we also have access down either side of the ship. This is so, you know, you can get out to the front of the ship if you need to, you know, if you get something parked in the lip there, without exposing yourself if you want. And it's also, come down here and open these doors. One of the ships. So this is how you access the ships if you want to be in the ship.
Low.
Or, you know, whatever, or activate it yourself. So what you can do, unlock the cover, open the cover, so it flips up. This extends outwards. Whole lot of jiggling. You do not, under any circumstances, want to share inertia tension with any of this stuff. It's all joined with merge blocks, so it's all part of the same grid, so to speak. And if you share inertia tension and then convert this from a station to a ship, the entire thing will clang out and explode. It's very dramatic and fun to watch, but not conducive to keeping your ship in operational condition. Whoops, wrong button. So it's going to be a little bit floppy. That's just how she rolls. If it's converted to station, you can share the inertial tensors, and these will be nice and stiff. They don't wibble about, but again, you've got to turn it off before you convert the ship, or everything will explode. There we go. I'm going to duck under right here and see it from the top. And it just slides up into the slot I left for it. Punk. Not perfect, of course, because I don't have the tensors on, but whatever. You can see all I did here was just 3 rows of pistons. Piston, 6 pistons. I left the slot for them to drop into. And just 3 pistons at the rear to raise it and lower it. Pretty basic. It took forever to build because I have yet to use the mirror function. So I built each one of these individually, making sure everything is the same. If you're building something this big, for your own sake, make sure you label all of the pistons and stuff. So, you know, this would be like pad 6, piston up, down, whatever, so that you know what you're dealing with and yourself. If you build all this and then you don't know which pistons are which, good luck sorting it out. Anyway, so even with this raised, you can get back inside without any hopping around if you want, right? And you can have the inside filled up and these up on deck as well. Just don't lower them while there's anything down here, right? So if you want to, you know, double stack it and have a whole bunch of stuff ready to go when you get near the battlefield, there you go. Again, there's 3 doors, leave the 3 pads on each side. That way the pilots can get to their ships on the inside if they need to, and if they need to get to them on the outside. You just run out the door and run down, run up the stairs. Right, so this is, as you can see now, we are on the other side. Wow. Alright, let's go down in the engineering section, because that's, well, nothing you haven't seen before, but I think it's neat, like running around it. Down here. Down here. Now this is the belly of the ship. And this is basically just a safe access so that you can send a crew down here and repair these engines while you're taking fire so that you don't fall out of the sky, right? That's all it's for. Just a very large way of accessing various systems so you can get to the side thrusters in here. Keep down on weight a little bit, you know, by having empty spaces, voids inside the ship. It's just an access area. It's not dressed up. It's just purely for functional repairing stuff while people are shooting at you, and without having to tear a hole in the side of the ship, obviously. And in here, we go farther into the bowels of the ship. Right, and we have a crossover section. This is some of the reactors. Large reactor there. So yeah. And the large reactor there. Again, you just go through and it goes back up the other side. Exactly. And we got a couple custom turret blocks just in case if you wanted to add a couple custom turrets or some maintenance or refueling arms or something for your fleet of fighters. They're already there right now. If we go in here, this is meant as a carrier. It does carry a lot of, or it does have a lot of cargo space and a lot of hydrogen, even though it has no hydrogen thrusters itself. If you've got ships with a lot of hydrogen thrusters, they can refuel from this. So a couple more reactors. And down here we got three. Shut up, lady. 3 big old hydrogen tanks. 3 and 6. 12 large industrial cargo containers. So here's 3 more large industrial hydrogen thingies. 6 large hydrogen. Oh no, 9 large hydrogen things. 4 more reactors. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's got 8 large reactors. 6 large hydrogen tanks. 12 large industrial cargo containers. H2O2. So we can generate oxygen and more H2 if we need. Just nice. And this comes down the other side here. And all these catwalks, they don't go anywhere. They just need to whatever, just fly up there. Yeah. So these catwalks again, just so you can get up here and repair stuff. You take a shot through the hull somewhere, you can repair these. And you don't have any jetpack fuel. You should jump and weld if need be. So this is the bowels of the ship. I like how I put the yellow lights in, and it's big enough that like any mist or cloud in the world kind of shows through.
Energy critical.
Shut up, lady. Gives it a cool industrial feel to it, right? Anyway, yeah, this is just storage and power engineering section. Good place if you got some stowaways or people trying to ambush your ship. Cool gunfighting here with them. Hopefully not get yourself blown to smithereens. But yeah, so this lighting effect, I just stuck a spotlight in here behind stuff. There's another one at the other end, and it turns them up as bright as I could. Nice color, certainly. It's nice lighting here, and that's a cool, you know, whatever global illumination effect or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It looks neat, so that's what it is. And again, up here, it's another catwalk for me. So a cavernous engineering section for an absolute monolith of a ship. Get out of here. So yeah, these are the engineering sections. And again, you can get into the engines on the other side as well. Alright, good place to get lost, you know. You don't want to get caught smoking a Canadian cigarette on duty. That's probably a good spot to do it down there, although you might get court-martialed for doing it next to the hydrogen tanks. So, if you don't get court-martialed for doing it in the first place. Alright, we'll do a magical editing blip transition here, and we'll take you back up to the bridge and watch all the doors do their things from up top. Alright, we're up here. So a smarter person than me would have perhaps set all of the doings here to happen all at once in case of emergencies, you know, but I figured I'd keep it simple and just assume that I had enough crew to have at least one person running 3 or 3 people on, you know what I mean, to have a bunch. What's a good one to do? Number 1, which one's stuck on the furniture? This one. Number 1, excellent. So we undo the lock. door and extend the pad. The doors are pretty quick, you know, the pads don't extend super fast, but they're not intended to. That one's already open, so we'll lock it. Flap around. Not like I intend to do any crazy maneuvers. So like I said, if you could orchestrate this to happen all at once, it would be pretty impressive, but I can't push that in buttons. Okay, looks like everybody's out. Go, give it a second so they stop flapping around. And 3's out already. Up. 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 And up. Here we go. We watch the fleet rise into view. So bottom right we have the Bulldog atmospheric troop transport. To its left we have the brown camouflage. This is the light atmospheric fighter. So it's got smallish weapons, a couple of rocket pods, and it's just atmospheric.
Fuel critical.
Shush. So it's just meant to fight at an atmosphere. Next row up we have exactly the same ship in structure. You know, it's like you'd have different variations of the F-16 or F-18 or whatever. This version is the light orbital railgun interceptor. So it has atmospheric engines and hydrogen engines. It can cruise on just atmospherics in atmosphere if need be. But if you're going to do any maneuvering, turn the hydrogens back on, because otherwise you're going to find yourself belly flopping into the ground. It has wing-mounted railguns. And I do believe artillery, fixed artillery cannon mounts in the front. So it's designed to intercept large things coming into atmosphere to threaten the carrier.
Energy critical.
Shush. At the front, in green, we have the light atmospheric ground strike. Light atmospheric ground strike fighter or something like that. I'll look at it.
Energy.
Shut up, lady. It's got some wing-mounted assault cannons, and I do believe some forward-firing gatling. So it's meant to take out, you know, lightly armored ground vehicles and that sort of thing, and provide supporting fire for any infantry you might have on the ground. And I'll do a magic edit thing. We'll go down on the ground and have a closer look at it. All right, we're back inside, and just for the fun of it, I spawned the other variants of the Icarus. So. In silver, we have the unarmed civilian version. Runs purely on hydrogen engines, so it's usable in any atmosphere. You know, I wouldn't want to fly around for hours. I mean, there's a fair amount of fuel, but it's just for getting from point A to point B, or as a personal flyer, or maybe as a scout vessel or something. The pilot seat, and I guess in this case the passenger seat. You don't really need a co-pilot for much. Over here we have the Icarus DELI, dual environment light interceptor. So she's got some fixed assault cannons in the front. She's got a couple of rocket pods mounted on the winglet. I'll show you how the landing gear works. Everything, these fold down. They're designed to kind of fold up to save a bit of space. Same with the landing gear. In order for these to spawn in with all their weapons, you're going to want to have the battle cannons and turrets mod, the assault weapons mod, and just for good measure, the Warfare 2 DLC Editions mod. That way you'll have access to all the weapons I have plonked on these things. Anyway, so this blue guy does not have any kind of dorsal weapon. Move one rank back, and we get the AGSF version of the Icarus. It's the atmospheric ground strike fighter. So think of this kind of fulfilling the same role as like an A-10. It's nowhere near as good as an A-10, of course, but you know, hey. So here we have some big old Gatling turrets. I can't remember what size they are. They're bigger than your standard in-game turrets. They're part of one of those mod packs. That's why I mentioned all three. I can't remember specifically which has which. So fixed forward firing, I think they're 30mm cannons. Hence the A10 kind of similarity. On the wings, we have some autocannon auto turrets. You know, you can punch through some decent amount of armor with those. And we also have some more rocket pods for taking care of heavier armor, or if you want some area of effect rounds. These are purely atmospheric engines, so it's only meant for flying in atmospheres. That'll do both atmospheres, so it can cruise on its atmospherics. That's just hydrogen. Next row back, we have the light orbital railgun interceptors. They are gray, kind of asteroid colored, you know. No dorsal armament on that, and on these ones,
Low.
shut up lady, as part of one of those mod packs, these have
Fuel
dorsal,
critical.
enough lady, we have some dorsal, I don't know what this is, big old boom boom gun, assault, some sort of assault gun, I don't know what it's called. So definitely quite heavily armed. These ones not so much, because they're just meant to get up either high in the atmosphere or into space and use their fixed artillery cannons, wing mounted railguns with cameras, and the hinge mount, and a rotor. I was thinking I could make these gimbaled and have them target with like AI, but I haven't fiddled around with it too much. Generally speaking, you have a gunner, you can control one, fly into space, use the railguns or whatever, the artillery cannons and rocket pods to damage any heavy ship that might be coming in to try and attack your aircraft carrier. So those. And this is an atmospheric light fighter. So it's just meant to shoot other planes. You can use it for other things. It's got the same forward firing Gatling guns as the green version. It's got the same roof-mounted autocannon as the green version, and it has the same rocket pods in the wings as the green version. The only thing different is that it does not have the autocannons. It is also only atmospheric. So there you go. 11 colors we got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that's the Icarus Mark 1 through 5. Pretty neato. So anyway, look at this guy here, the pretty blue one. I'll show you how the landing gear and stuff works. Turn this on. Turn the lights on. Unlock that. Turn on the atmospherics. Oh, probably helps if I turn this on. There we go. There you go. So it'll fly on atmospherics. It's got them on, I believe, in all directions. Yeah. It's got them in all directions. The forward-facing ones are on a separate on-off. Whoops. Well. Guess I'll show you the landing gear in a different one now that I've screwed that one up. But anyway, yeah, I do that. I put the retro thrusters on a separate switch. So if I just want to cruise without burning a bunch of fuel, I can just turn them off and coast. Well, I guess I'll show you how the landing gear works on this one, since I have to smash the crap out of it by breaking it. Yeah, well. Alright, so I think maybe I'll kill those lights. There we go. In the front, pretty simple. Just folds up inside, the doors close, and in the back, it folds up in and the wings close. I'll show you how she works. So first you do the hinges, fold up the landing gear up into their pockets. Right, everything's tucked away nice and neat. And then you hit the button on the left there that folds the wings. Make sure you put your hinge locks on. And there you go. Now she's in flight configuration, and she's got a much sleeker profile. All the landing gear's tucked away. You really can't even see it. You never know it was in there. She's not the sleekest thing in the world, but she's alright looking, I think. Anyway, those are the Icarus ships, and they fit on this thing. Obviously, they only have small refueling and rearming ports, so you're probably going to want to make some kind of refueling crane or something inside the ship, but that's why I added the extra turret controllers, so that you could do that with no issues. Not sure what I'm going to do for the next episode. I think I might do the DSMV Hephaestus, which is my ugliest ship, probably my biggest ship. But it's probably got one of the most complicated and interesting interiors, because I just went nuts with it. Don't know how functional it is. It sure as hell ain't pretty, but I think that'll be the next episode after this. So we'll catch you then. It's all available on mod.io, obviously. Some of this stuff was built on Xbox, some of it was built on PlayStation, so you'll probably see a couple different creator tags attached to these things. But as long as it's DSMV and incorporates the black, orange, and white paint scheme in some fashion or another, pretty good chance it's one of my builds. Plus, if you've seen it in the video, obviously, you know it is. Anyway, feel free to use these in RP videos, whatever you want to do with them. Go nuts, have fun with them. I built them for fun and for people to use, and for people to showcase or put in RPs if they want to have some kind of enemy ship or an enemy faction and don't want to bother having to build a whole bunch of crap. And here you go. I just saved you 50 hours. Have a good one.